Rain falls on your roof for free. Then, it runs straight into the storm drain. But what if you could capture that water and reuse it for your garden, for cleaning your car, or even for flushing your toilets? Today, I'm going to show you exactly how a simple DIY rainwater harvesting system works. We'll cover what parts you need, how much water you can realistically collect, and some common mistakes you absolutely want to avoid. By the end of this video, you'll be ready to start collecting your own free water. It's an amazing feeling to know you're reusing a resource that literally falls from the sky. So, let's get into it. So, why should you even bother harvesting rainwater? First off, it reduces the demand on your local municipal water system during summer months or dry spells that can make a huge difference for your community. It also directly lowers your water bills. Every gallon you collect from your roof is a gallon you don't have to pay for. And in an era of unpredictable weather, having a backup water supply during droughts or emergencies is just smart planning. Here is a mind-blowing fact. A single inch of rain falling on a 1,000 square foot roof can produce over 600 gallons of high-quality, naturally soft water. Imagine all that free water just washing away down the drain. You could be using it to keep your garden lush and green all summer long without spending a dime. Rainwater is also better for your plants because it's free of the chlorine and other chemicals often found in tap water. It's a win for your wallet, a win for your garden, and a win for the environment. Now, before you rush out to buy a barrel, there are a couple of important checks you need to do: legal and safety. First, check your local regulations. In most places, collecting rainwater for non-potable uses like gardening is perfectly legal and even encouraged. However, some areas, especially in drier regions, might have specific rules or require permits for larger, more complex systems. A quick search on your city or county website or a call to the planning department will give you the answers you need. It's always better to be sure. Second, and this is crucial, harvested rainwater is generally not safe to drink without proper treatment. Your roof can have bird droppings, dust, and other contaminants. To make it potable, you would need a professional-grade filtration and disinfection system, which is a whole different level of setup. For today's DIY project, we're focusing on water for your garden, washing cars, and other outdoor uses. All right, let's talk about the anatomy of a basic rainwater harvesting system. It's simpler than you might think and has 5 main parts. First, you have the catchment surface, which is just your roof. Any standard roof material will work. Second, you need gutters and downspouts to channel the water from the roof to one location. Most homes already have these, so you're halfway there. Third, you'll want leaf screens or gutter guards. These fit over your gutters to stop leaves, twigs, and other large debris from getting into your system and clogging things up. The fourth component is a first flush diverter. This is a really clever device. The first few gallons of water that wash off your roof are usually the dirtiest, carrying all the dust and grime that's built up. A first flush diverter automatically redirects that initial dirty water away from your storage tank, so only cleaner water makes it in. And finally, the fifth part is your storage tank, which is most commonly a barrel. You can link multiple barrels together for more storage. Optional but highly recommended upgrades include a pump to increase water pressure, extra filters for cleaner water, and a dedicated overflow pipe to safely direct excess water away from your foundation. So, how much water can you actually collect? There's a simple formula to figure this out. You take your roof's area in square feet, multiply it by the amount of rainfall in inches, and then multiply that by a conversion factor of 0.62. That final number tells you how many gallons of water you can capture. For example, let's say you have a 1,000 square foot roof and you get 1 inch of rain. You'd calculate 1,000 times 1 times 0.62, which equals 620 gallons. That's an incredible amount of water from a single rainstorm. Knowing this helps you decide how big your storage tank needs to be. A standard rain barrel is about 55 gallons, so you can see how quickly it can fill up. If you live in a rainy area, you might want to connect several barrels together or invest in a larger tank to maximize your collection potential. You don't need to capture water from your entire roof either. You can just use the section that drains into a convenient downspout. Okay, let's build a simple, effective rain barrel system step by step. First things first, give your gutters a thorough cleaning. You want to remove all the old leaves and gunk that's built up. Once they're clean, install your leaf screens or gutter guards. This will save you a ton of maintenance headaches later on. Next, you'll install a downspout diverter kit. These kits are widely available and make the process really easy. You'll cut a section out of your existing downspout and fit the diverter in its place. It has a hose that will channel water into your barrel. Now, for the barrel itself, it's critical that you use a food-grade barrel. Never, ever use a barrel that previously held chemicals, oils, or any other toxic substance. You can find new food-grade barrels online, or sometimes find used ones that held things like juice or syrup. Before you connect it, elevate your barrel. Putting it on cinder blocks or a sturdy stand creates gravity pressure, which makes it much easier to get water out of the spigot. Install your spigot near the bottom of the barrel, but leave a few inches of space below it so any sediment can settle without clogging the tap. Then, near the top of the barrel, you need to install an overflow hose. When the barrel is full, this hose will safely direct excess water away from your house's foundation. Finally, secure the barrel so it can't tip over when it's full of heavy water. A couple of simple straps attached to the wall behind it will do the trick. Once your system is up and running, a little bit of maintenance will keep it working perfectly for years. The most important thing is mosquito control. A rain barrel can become a breeding ground for mosquitoes if it's not sealed. Make sure all openings, especially the main inlet from the downspout, are covered with a fine mesh screen. This lets water in but keeps insects out. About once a year, it's a good idea to drain the barrel completely and clean out any sediment that is settled at the bottom. You can just open the spigot and use a hose to wash it out. Also, after a long dry spell, it's wise to let the first flush diverter do its job, or even disconnect the barrel for the first few minutes. Of a heavy rain to wash any accumulated dust off the roof, regular checks on your gutters and screens will also prevent clogs and keep your system efficient. I've seen a few common mistakes that are really easy to avoid. The first and most dangerous is using a non-food grade barrel. Please, I can't stress this enough, don't do it. You don't want unknown chemical residues leaching into water that you're putting on your vegetable garden. The second big mistake is forgetting to install an overflow outlet. When a 55-gallon barrel full of water overflows, it dumps over 450 pounds of water right next to your foundation. Over time, that can cause serious and expensive damage. Always have an overflow hose that directs water to a safe spot. Another common error is placing the barrel directly on the ground. Without elevation, you'll have almost no water pressure from your spigot, making it nearly impossible to fill a watering can or use a short hose. Lastly, people often neglect cleaning. A little bit of annual maintenance goes a long way in keeping your water clean and your system functioning properly. Rainwater harvesting is one of the easiest and most rewarding sustainability upgrades you can make to your home. It saves you money, conserves a precious resource, and gives you a real sense of self-sufficiency. If you want to see the exact diverter kits, food-grade barrels, and tools I recommend for this project, I've put affiliate links in the description and in a pinned comment below. Using those links is a great way to support the channel at no extra cost to you. I hope this video has inspired you to give it a try. If you found this helpful, please hit that like button and subscribe for more DIY eco projects. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.